All right, so we want to be able to graph a system of inequalities when they are given to us like this. So we can use the tool Desmos Graphing Calculator to help us to make sure that we get this correct. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to type this into Desmos. So I get negative 4x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 12. Then down here, when I do this guy, I get 7x plus 4y is less than 4, okay? Now, I'm going to temporarily get rid of the bottom one so I can just see this top one. I can see that I have a point 0.04 and a point negative 30. So I'm going to draw a line at negative 30 and 40, and I can see it's a solid line, so I'm going to leave it like this. Getting rid of the purple and going to the black one, I can see I've got 2 points at 0, 1. That point's not as good, so I've got 0, 1. If I'm looking for another point on the line, I can go ahead and I can drag my finger along until I find another point that I like. So I can see at negative 1, I have 2.75. So that's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to use this and go negative 1 is 2.75. Plot the point. So then from here, I can then take my line from that point and go through 0, 1 like this, which we can go like this. It is a dashed line on this one, so I'm going to change that guy to a dashed line. Now, when I'm looking at what's highlighted, I can see that both of them are highlighted over here on this left side, which we can check. Now, the bottom part says we need a point in the solution set. Pick any point you want. So I'm going to pick negative 6, 1, and I'm done, and I can check it. Okay? So doing this again, I've got y is less than or equal to negative 6 over 5. X plus 4, and then my other guy, I've got 6x plus 5y is greater than negative 5. Okay, so from here I can see that I do have two parallel lines. I'm going to get rid of the blue one and just look at the red one. When I do that, I've got the 0.04, and that's a really weird number, so I'm not going to pick that one. So I'm going to drag my finger along, and I can see that I've got 2 and 1.6. So I'm going to go to 1.6 is one of my points, and then I can still use the 0.04. So I'm going to start at 0.4, and then my other guy goes through there like that, and I can see it's a solid line, so I can keep it. Next, for the blue one, I can just pick 2 points. When I'm looking at this, I've got the 0.01, which is a good point. Looking for another good point, I can drag my finger along until I see something, which at 2, I have negative 3.4. So that's what I can do is I can go to negative 3.4, plot the point. Then I remember I still have 0, 1. So I'm going to start at 0, 1, or 0, negative 1, sorry. And then go like this. I can see that this is a dotted line, so I am going to change this to a dotted line. When I add them together, I see that they are both highlighted in the middle. So when I pick which section, it's going to be this middle guy right here. Picking a point in the solution set, I can pick any point I want. So I'm just going to pick the 0.11, which I can check. And doing this one last time, I have y is less than negative 4x plus 7. Then for this next guy, I've got 3x minus y is less than or equal to negative 5. Okay, I'm going to just look at the green one first. If I'm looking at points, I have 0, 7, and 1.75 and 0 is not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and use both of those. So I can go 0, 7, maybe. Okay, it did plot that. And then 1.75 and 0, which we can do that one as well. So from here, I can then draw my line between those 2 points. And I can change this to a dotted line. Next one, same thing. I've got 0, 5. That point won't work. But if I go to, let's see, what's it? Negative 1. I've got negative 1, 2, okay? So those are the points I can use. I can go negative 1, 2, and I can go 0, 5 right there. I can see that this line's solid, so I'm not going to change anything. And when I highlight that both of them, they match over here on this left-hand side as far as the shaded section goes. Now I just need to pick any point that I want. So I'm going to pick negative 4, 10, which we can go ahead and check. Okay, and that's how you can graph a system of linear equations.